I am a wrestling fan since 2006, but I never had a chance to attend a wrestling show live. But in 2023 that changed and I went to Europe's every most important wrestling event of 2023. It was amazing to see so many people who enjoy wrestling, all those posters and graphics outside and inside arenas. My first show was SmackDown before Money in the Bank in London's O2 Arena. I was sitting on 7th row behind commentary table. It was near the ring, but it was almost impossible to see anything outside the ring because my seat was on the ground floor. Before SmackDown started, there was a dark match. Carl Anderson and Lou Gallows lost against Cruz del Toro and Joshua Wild from LWO. It was a quick 5-minute match, all guys shake hands after the match and SmackDown started. The show opened with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They defended tag team titles against Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly received pretty big pop from the crowd because they are from United Kingdom, but everyone was crazy for Sami Zayn. Second match was Austin Theory against Ridge Holland. At the time, Austin Theory was United States Champion. It was non-title match, but Theory still won. Then Bayley won against Shotzi. Crowd was singing Bayley's song almost the whole match. After this, we got Grayson Waller effect with Logan Paul a special guest. Everyone hated and booed Logan Paul, but then LA Knight came out and O2 Arena exploded. For sure it was biggest pop of the night. It's also worth mentioning that before show started I was hearing LA Knight chants outside arena all the time. I couldn't believe how over LA Knight is. Then Asuka faced Charlotte for WWE Women's Championship. I was really hyped up for this match, but after a few minutes there was disqualification and I remembered that I am at TV tapings and I should not expect long and good match. Next Roman Reigns came out and everyone acknowledged the tribal chief. Roman's transformation from this likable babyface to this mob boss character is amazing. After cameras stopped rolling, they did 2 more dark matches. In first match, AJ Styles defeated Karrion Kross. I really did not care about Karrion Kross too much, but AJ Styles is one of my favorites since his TNA days. In the dark main event, Rey Mysterio defeated Austin Theory, but it was non-title match. After the match, Mysterio's theme song played until everyone left the arena. After SmackDown, I randomly met Simon Miller, and he did Ups and Downs live. On Saturday, July 1st, before Money in the Bank in O2 Arena, there was Undertaker's One deadMAN show. Unfortunately, I was not able to take pictures or film because phones were not allowed in this event. He was drinking whiskey through the entire show, and it may sound strange, but he was telling stories in a very funny way. He really had stand-up comedian vibes. Taker told many never before heard stories from late 80s and early 90s. He told story how he was attacked by fans in South Africa because he beat local wrestler who was fans' favorite and fans got mad at him. They tried to get inside the ring and Taker had to kick one guy into the head and run backstage. He also told how one time he spent over $3,000 in Alaska strip club with Randy Savage, and of course classic stories about Andre the Giant causing problems in airport and on the plane. He also did Q&A and told some more stories, but you will have to visit One deadMAN show to hear them all from Undertaker himself. Then it was time for Money in the Bank. It was only the second premium live event in UK since 1992. Everyone was excited. While being part of UK crowd during premium live event, you can pretty much communicate with wrestlers. Everyone was chanting crazy stuff. If you've seen Money in the Bank 2023, then you know how wild the crowd was. My seat was on 11th row from the ring. It was not on ground floor, so the view was really good. Money in the Bank matches were full of action. It was very impressive to see people jumping and falling off the ladders. I never appreciate those high-risk spots when I see them on TV, but in person they look scary and insane. Other matches were Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler for Women's Tag Team Championships. Shayna turned on Ronda and they lost tag team titles. I know that Ronda was not very impressive at that time, but still it was cool to see such big former UFC star in person. In the next match, Gunther defeated Matt Riddle. Unfortunately, the match was not great. It was very short and I was expecting more from Gunther. But I got to see Gunther live few more times in 2023 and then he delivered. Cody's and Dominic's match was okay. After that match, John Cena made special appearance. I did not expect to see John Cena. It was a great surprise. Seeing John Cena live brought back some memories from 2006 and I was singing his theme song with everyone else in the arena. I honestly did not believe that John Cena will come out even after his theme song started playing. It was unbelievable. I felt like a kid again. Then Seth Rollins defeated Finn Balor and defended his World Heavyweight Championship. It was nothing too special, but it was a very decent match. Every time I see Rollins, he has at least a decent performance. Probably it would be hard to find a bad Rollins match. In the main event we had Bloodline Civil War. Jimmy and Jay faced Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Crowd was very split on Roman Reigns. There was chants if you hate Roman Reigns stand up, and a lot of people refused to stand up and started to encourage everyone to sit back down. Even Roman Reigns sat down on the side of the ring when this chant was going. Match was great. I expected Roman and Solo to win. Or at least I thought Solo will be pinned if they lose. But Roman got pinned by Jay. It was shocking because last time Roman Reigns got pinned was in 2019, and I was able to see his first loss since then live in person. This match made me appreciate WWE's storylines even more, because even after all those high-risk spots, the most impressive and memorable moment for me was when a guy just laid down on the floor for 3 seconds, and this match was not even for any titles. I never thought that for my first PLE I will be most excited to see Roman Reigns, and my happiest moment of the show will be John Cena's appearance. Because at one time I was big Cena hater, and I also disliked Roman Reigns a lot at the start of his babyface run. It's interesting how times have changed. At one point both of them would have been booed out of the building, especially in the UK. But now everyone was singing John Cena's theme song and acknowledging the tribal chief. I came back to London on August 27 to see one of the biggest wrestling shows ever, AEW's All In. I didn't like my seats on SmackDown's taping because it was on the ground, and I decided to buy tickets where I can see entrance and ring without any problems. I was sitting behind hard camera, but my eyesight is not great and it was a little bit too far away for my liking, but still I was able to see everything that is happening. It was amazing to see that so many people came to see a wrestling event. AEW is not even #1 promotion in the world, and they managed to create such big event. It felt really cool to be a wrestling fan. Before pre-show started, they did few segments that involved well-known names like Big Show, Jeff Jarrett, Miro and Jay Lethal. On the pre-show, MJF and Adam Cole won ROH Tag Team Championships, and on the next match, Jungle Boy said "Cry Me a River", and we all know how that went. Then the main show started. Half of the stadium booed CM Punk, but the other half was singing his theme song. Punk defended his Real World Championship against Samoa Joe, and until November I was thinking that this will be last CM Punk match ever. On the next match, Jay White, Juice Robinson and Konosuke Takeshita defeated Adam Page, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. I was not a fan of this match because I was hoping to see Kenny Omega in singles action, and it was more like Collision main event match. Then FTR beat Young Bucks in pretty good match, but they had way better matches in the past. Stadium Stampede match was hard to follow because action was all over the stadium. Everyone was confused what is happening. I seen people around me showing to different directions and saying there, look, something is happening there. But later I rewatched this match on TV and it was way more enjoyable than seeing it inside the stadium. On the next match, Saraya won AEW Women's Championship, and it was great to see Saraya win gold again. Then Darby Allin and Sting defeated Christian Cage and Swerve Strickland. It also didn't feel like a pay-per-view match, but I was really excited to see Sting live, because Sting is a living legend. Christian is also one of my favorites. It was a really cool moment when Sting and Christian faced off inside the ring and crowd started chanting TNA. It was nice seeing TNA getting some love from UK crowd. Then only second singles match of the main card followed. It was Chris Jericho against Will Ospreay, and it was arguably best Chris Jericho match of 2023. Before the main event, The Acclaim won AEW Trios Championships from House of Black. Before this match, I was not a fan of The Acclaim, but they won me over with 80,000 people's scissor party after their victory, and I realized that everyone loves The Acclaimed. Then it was time for the main event. MJF defended his AEW World Championship against Adam Cole. The whole friendship and turning on one another's story was really well done, and their ROH titles victory on pre-show added some good value to their story. I always enjoy when matches on pay-per-view have some connection between them, and it's not only a card with some random matches. MJF and Adam Cole opened the show together, and later they closed the show together. In October, WWE's Raw brand did 4 live events in Germany, and I attended 3 of them. I went to live event in Cologne on Thursday, October 26th, then Hamburg on Friday, and Berlin on Saturday. 2024's premium live event Bash in Berlin was announced during the Germany tour, so everyone was very excited that Germany will host such big event, especially people in Berlin. You may think that watching same show live 3 days in a row would be boring, but it's very interesting to see what little details are changed every show and how crowds in different cities react differently. For example, Miz got promo in German, and in Cologne whole arena started chanting Kleine Eier, which means tiny balls. but people in other cities cheered Miz, so he did same promo but got completely different reactions in different arenas. In total there was 8 matches. On first match, Sami Zayn faced Dominic Mysterio for NXT North American title, but JD McDonough interfered and Dominic was disqualified. Jey Uso came out and set up tag team match between Sami Zayn and Jey Uso against Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. Sami and Jey won. Nothing crazy happened, but it was nice opening match. After that, we had the only women's match on the card. Rhea Ripley obviously defeated Raquel Rodriguez after hitting Riptide and retained her championship. Next match was Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci against Alpha Academy. Alpha Academy were heels in this match. Before the match, Chad Gable was talking how bad every city's football teams are. Ludwig got huge pop because he is German and no one really cared that much about Giovanni Vinci. Everyone's eyes were on Germany's local. Ludwig Kaiser pinned Chad Gable after hitting Imperial Bomb, and then Kaiser talked about how he was happy to represent Germany in WWE. On final match before intermission, Cody Rhodes defeated The Miz after hitting Crossroads. Everyone loved Cody Rhodes. Miz was cheered too, but only in Hamburg and Berlin. People in Cologne were chanting tiny balls at him pretty much all the time. There was intermission, and yes, they do intermissions on live events. At the end of intermission, announcer asked audience to do countdown from 10 to 0, and then WWE's shop ad appeared on screen. So everyone did a countdown for an ad. After the break, the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Damian Priest faced New Day for undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Before the match, New Day danced to Judgment Day's theme song and interacted a lot with the audience. Next match was Gunther against Bronson Reed for IC title. Gunther won. It was very hard-hitting Gunther-style match. In the main event, Seth Rollins defeated Shinsuke Nakamura in Street Fight and retained World Heavyweight Championship. They didn't do many spots that involved weapons. At the end of the match, Nakamura was trying to hit Kinshasa on Seth Rollins, but Rollins dodged it and Nakamura went through the table. Then Seth Rollins hit Curb Stomp and won the match. Overall, I enjoyed live event / house show experience because wrestlers interact more with audience. When they do tapings, wrestlers are performing for the cameras, and they don't care too much about people in the audience. The only negative of live events is that you can't expect anything big to happen, and the results are very predictable, so don't expect to see title changes or big returns at live events. But I would recommend to everyone to attend live event at least once to experience the difference between tapings and live events. After 3 days of WWE's live events, I decided to go to see Germany's local indie promotion, WxW, or WxW, how it's known in Germany. There was around 300 people in the audience. They did TV tapings. This exact episode was WxW We Love Wrestling 54. I only watched few WxW episodes in the past, so I don't know most of those guys. Biggest star there was Alexander Tischer, who was part of Sanity's stable in WWE, and he was known as Alexander Wolf back then. There were some Japanese wrestlers who worked in Pro Wrestling Noah and All Japan Pro Wrestling, and Americans who worked in US Indies. It was interesting to attend such small event after visiting shows in big arenas and stadiums. The building was so small that during intermission line to the bar went through entrance ramp. But because this event was so small, the audience was able to see action clearly and in front of them all the time. So if you want to experience action just few meters in front of you, but you are not able to buy expensive WWE's or AEW's front row tickets, then show some love to your local indie promotions, and I'm sure that you won't regret visiting those small shows. If you want to see WxW shows, you can find some of them in WWE Network or on WxW's YouTube channel, but newer shows are only available on their website. 2024 will be even bigger for Europe. AEW will return to London with All In, WWE will host at least 2 premium live events in France and Germany, and I hope that I will be able to attend at least few wrestling shows in 2024. Let me know if you also went to your first wrestling show only in 2023, or maybe you're planning to visit wrestling show for the first time next year. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more wrestling content.